Black Lives Mattered for me a long time ago. Right. And when I was saying Black Lives Matter, people were coming at me saying like, you know, you're racist and doing all this stuff. And now everyone's like, those same people that unfriended me and like didn't want anything to do with me and thought I was a racist, they literally now are like Black Lives Matter and they go march and stuff. But it's like,
right,
stop.
And we were hyper.
Post them screenshots from when you were saying I was crazy and that I was being a racist.
Mm-hmm. And we were hyper political back then too. Like we were posting a lot. We were talking about it a lot. Like it was on our brains. And those people were combating. They were so combative with us. And then all of a sudden they were on board. And I can't help but to think that a lot of it is performative.
It is. I mean, it's almost wrapped up by now. They're done by now. They've erased the Blackout Tuesday or whatever it was. They've erased all their Black Lives Matter things. It doesn't matter anymore. I mean, they're moving on from it. But you can't move on for something that's reality for you. Like, you don't move on from that. Like, these are really your people and they're really a target. Period. Right. So they get to move on while it's just like life for some people. And it's like not cool.
Yeah, if you want to be a real ally to Black Lives Matter, it's about more than just posting about it. Awareness is important, right?
Yeah, that's actually, you reminded me when you said that. One of my questions is, like, true allyship from organizations. Like, why is it so hard to obtain? Like, why is that an obstacle for them when they literally say, like, we're a diverse population?
So what do you think it is?
I'm doing a lot of research now, but I just think that it's mandated. They get money when they hire people from a different race or ethnic background that's not white, because that's different, right? We're the different ones. But that's what works for them. So if it's mandated and they meet those mandates from the federal government, they get more money, they look better. It's literally that. It doesn't have anything to do with them actually wanting to make diversity real. Like, diversity isn't even real. There's just people. Like, what do you mean? Like, you've just been overly hiring Eurocentric people. Like, they're just white people all over your organization. Like, they're everywhere. So literally, diversity isn't real. You just have been focused on your own people and racist. That's really what.
I have one person on my friends list who clearly voted for Trump. And I'm not totally sure why I haven't gotten rid of her yet. Like, I liked her as an individual. Like, I found her to be cool. I guess she did kind of, like, I worked with her on a production and she did comment on my abuse of like marijuana, but other than that, like, she was a cool person. And so I guess the reason why she's still there is because I'm trying to figure out how she could be a Trump supporter, like, because she supported me as an individual, you know what I mean, like, as a Black person. I know that says nothing, but I'm just looking to figure out, like, damn, like, how didn't I know she was racist? Like, or like, how did I not peep?
Yeah. I think, you know what I think it is? I think a lot of people think that racism is on a continuum, and it's not. You're either racist or you're not. It's not like sexuality. That's not the way racism works.
Wait, how does sexuality work?
It's on a spectrum, the Alfred Kinsey scale.
Okay.
You know about that?
No.
So it's literally like, on one end, you're completely straight. On one end, you're completely gay, right? But no one is ever one or the other. It's a scale. It's a sliding scale.
What do you mean,
we
no
land
one?
On them. No one. No one person. Come on, you guys don't know about the Alfred Kinsey scale?
I didn't okay, so I took a couple psychology courses, but you have this whole psychology degree. So you took, like, I took 4, you took 40.
yeah, that's exactly
so
what
that scale says that people are not just, like, either straight, gay, or bi?
No, you're literally you fall somewhere on the scale, but you're not just one thing. You can be 80% one thing, 90%. I mean, it doesn't go by percentage.
It's like the gender spectrum.
Scale. It's like the autism spectrum, the gender. It's all of that. There's a spectrum for that. That's not the way that it works. But
interesting.
Capitalism, all this stuff, this country, what it is, it literally, like, the society, like, has us captive to these ideas that they came up with once upon a time by these white men once upon a time. And now we're just like, oh, okay, that's true, and we're just gonna stick with it.
It's tradition, right?
Yeah, it's tradition, and no separation of church and state, like they actually said it would be.
Yeah, the Christianity has influenced our country and, like, just the way it runs a lot.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's our religion of state, because somebody told me that we didn't have a religion of state, but it seems like our government and our founding fathers and all of our presidents seem pretty Christian.
Yeah,
and they stick with Christian views, but even what we, like, when we talk about the gender spectrum, like what we consider feminine and what we consider masculine, is just, we're speaking traditionally performed by, like men or traditionally performed by women, like even that is just based on traditions, because gender, we talk about it as like performativity. So it's based on just like what you do, how you're perceived in the world, stuff like that. And it's so surface level.
Yeah.
So it's like, what even is it? And then there's people who are like, you know, non-binary, and they're like, let's just throw the whole thing out. But people are not willing to do that. Like there's something about like,
people need to know what you are and what you're doing. People have such a hard time minding their business. Mm-hmm. I don't know why that is.
And they're not willing to think about like, just like maybe rebuilding the structure and considering that gender is a spectrum.
They don't want to break down any of the systems they've built.
Because we're like, gender is a spectrum, right? Yeah. It's like the autism spectrum. Yeah. But there are people who will sit at the table and be like, it is not a fucking spectrum. You're a man or you're a woman. You know what I mean? There are people in this world who are still
maybe
not...
1964 people. Like, what's good? It's 2020. Like, I don't understand that. Like, I get it when you're born in a different place, when you're raised a different way because of the times. But if you're telling me that it's 2020 and you still have done no reading, no conversation, no growth, no development from that year that you were born, from that culture that you were raised in, to at least just acquire information. Like, maybe it wasn't even to change your views, but just to, like, you know, not even have to have a shift in perspective, just to be in the know, then you're sick. You're sick. That's on you. Because we have internet now. We have people who will sit and have a conversation with you. We have so much, and you're not even using it. So you want to be the way that you are. You just don't want to change your opinion. So me arguing with you and trying to get you to understand, it's not worth my time. It's going to be a waste of my time, actually. Mm-hmm. Like, it was Mike Brown for me. Like, I remember. So I was just, like, really angry, and I didn't want to be silent about it anymore, so I was like raging. But now it's like beyond anger. Like, it kind of hurts to even talk about it. Like, it's like, you know, like, I don't want to sit here and debate people. I don't want to explain to you my views because I don't want to hear your opinion, because you might hurt me. And if I'm hurt, like, I'm going to cry a little bit, but I'm going to get mad. Like, I get really angry. So I don't want to do that to myself anymore. I was hurting myself more than I was educating people, because people aren't receptive. People cannot handle cognitive dissonance. They can't. What they know, they don't want that shit to be challenged at all. They can't tolerate it. And I get it. Now I get it. Before, I didn't even care to get it. Like, I was just so fucking mad that I was like, you know, so, and now it's like, I can't do that. Like, I'm gonna, I guess not necessarily keep it bottled. I just don't feel that sharing is gonna be like the way for me to feel better. Not right now, at least, because when you share it, that means there's feedback from people who literally do not think that you matter. Like, they don't want you to exist.
Right.
You know, and I don't think I'm at a point where I can tolerate that with everything that's going on and with everything that I've personally been through, separate from everything else that the world and my people are going through. It's just so much bigger than that now. Like, maybe we'll get back to a point, you know, but I just feel that for now, I gotta take care of me. Like, it's tough out here.
It's rough. It's the same way that, like, people talk about arguing with Trump supporters on Facebook, but I don't have a lot of them on there. Like, I have that one lady that I don't know why I don't.
Delete people. Do what's best for you. You have to take care of yourself. Your health matters. Your mental health is top priority. Nobody's looking out for you but you. And maybe, like, your mom.
Oh my God. This is a cheers to having wonderful mental health for the rest of the year.
Take care of yourselves.
In case you're watching and you want to sponsor us, 1800 is fucking delicious.
We love it.
We love it. We want to drink it every day when we wake up.